everyone, it's Gabby. I've been streaming Shandalar on my stream recently and I got a million questions about how to install it. So I thought I would do a super quick video about how to install Shandalar on your computer. This video works as of Windows 10. I don't know if this will work in the future, and I'm also not an expert in this. This is just what worked for me. So let me take you to my desktop. I'll put a link to this in the description bar below, but it's basically at archive.org/details/Magic the Gathering 2010 edition. What you basically download here is a copy of Shandalar. Like I said, this is not the original version of Shandalar. This one will have updated card files, but this is the most reliable source I found. So here you have a couple of download options. The option that I did that worked the best for me is the torrent file. You could download the ISO image, and then you'd have to mount it on a CD. I thought that was a little bit too much work, so instead I just downloaded the torrent. So here it's downloading the torrent to my computer. You have to make sure you have a torrent program for you to actually download this. So you can use uTorrent, that's what I used. Anyway, this gets downloaded to my downloads folder. So let's go to my downloads real quick. And here you can see the ISO is right here. This is after I've opened it up from using it in uTorrent. So when you actually run here, this is the one thing you have to keep in mind. This version of Shandalar was made for, let me see, Windows XP, Windows Vista, and Windows 7. So if you are trying to install it as of 2018, actually, you're gonna have issues because this is too recent of a Windows update. This is meant to be compatible with older versions of Windows. So what you can do is run this as an administrator under compatibility mode, which tries to make this older file compatible with older versions of Windows. Once you open your file, you basically want to go into the ISO folder, and you see all of this in here also. Within here, you actually want to click on the disk image file. It's whatever the file that ends in .iso is. And when you're in there, you'll get this auto-run executable file, which this is the file that is going to install the launcher for Shandalar. So here you want to right-click, and this is the first thing you want to do. You want to troubleshoot the compatibility. This is what's going to ask you. It's going to try to make it compatible with Windows 10, basically. So you try the recommended settings. And then you can also test the program. It's just going to set, I just use the default settings that worked fine for me. And so then you can save the settings for this program once you're done. So now it's going to try to run it in compatibility mode. Cool, so it's fixed. And then the next thing you want to do is you actually want to run it as an administrator. So you'll run this as an administrator. You say that it's fine for it to make changes to your C drive. There you go. And so this is going to be the installer here. You can watch the animation. And here's the launcher. So here you can install it. I already have it installed to my computer. You can just install it. When it's done, it'll make a shortcut on your desktop. My shortcut is right here. You can see the Magic TCG launcher. So once I exit out of this and I have installed it, I can just click this, and this is the launcher for actual Shandalar. So from here, you can run it. There's the game. I already started playing yesterday, so I have my save files over here. And here we're back in the game. I can quit. A couple of things to keep in mind while you're installing this is you want to make sure that this installs to your C drive. If it's not installed to your C drive, it's not going to work. The second thing is that when you make a folder name for it, you can just let it to save the default. But if you change the folder name to something really long, something like Magic Space, the Space Gathering, it's going to have issues. Instead, you want to just call it something like Shandalar or just like Magic TG when you're saving it. If you don't change any of the default settings, you're not going to have any problems. So yeah, that is how I installed Shandalar on my computer. I have not had any issues with it whatsoever. You do just want to be careful. This link that I'm linking you to as of today was a save file, and it has no viruses or anything like that. But if you are downloading this in a future point in time, you probably want to run this through, you just want to run it through an antivirus or something just to make sure that you're being safe. I don't want to have you get any sort of viruses from downloading this. The alternative to downloading this specific file is for you to make a virtual machine that runs Windows XP or Windows Vista. You could also do that. That was too much work for me, to be honest. I really wanted something that was a little bit quicker, so this is working fine for me. But if you find the original Shandalar, you don't want the updated version of it, that's how you would go about doing that. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if it worked for you, and I'll see you all later.